Hi besties, it's Joanne here again. Welcome again to my YouTube channel. If today is your first time stumbling on my channel, you are very welcome. Thank you guys for always stopping by here. For my returning subscribers, I see you all. If you've not subscribed to my channel yet, please do well to hit on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell for more videos like this, and also please guys help and share this video so that other people can get to see and watch as well. Now today I am going to be showing you guys how to cut and sew this beautiful dress you're seeing here. Guys, this tutorial is packed, like it's going to be very interesting. You don't want to miss any part of it. So if you're interested in something like this, kindly stick around and watch this video to the end. Don't forget to like this video guys, and also please share this video. And guys, also allow the ads that pops up on your screen while watching my video to run so that it can help my video. Now let's get right into the tutorial. So for this tutorial, I'm going to be making use of this fabric you're seeing here. This is a crepe fabric. This is 100% crepe fabric and it's 3 yards. If you want yours to be fuller, you can make do with 4 yards or 4.5 yards. I have this zipper here to use for this tutorial as well, and I'm going to be making use of the ruler, scissors, tape rule and marker, okay, and this paper tape, and of course this pattern paper for the drafting part. Now back to the drafting part, I'm going to start taking the necessary measurement. Notice that this pattern paper is on fold. This is what I am going to be using for the front pattern. Okay, now I'm going to take all the necessary vertical measurements. I am going to now place the tape from the top of this pattern paper to determine the length, the half length. The half length I'm working with is 18 inches. Now I went ahead to mark the half inch for the start point line. I'm just going to label this line here as the shoulder line, okay? So from this line here, I am going to take other vertical measurements like the chest line, the bust point line, the under bust line, and the half length. For the chest line, you're going to take your bust measurement, divide that measurement by 6 plus 1.5 inches. That's how you can get your chest line measurement. From the start of this line, okay, from the shoulder line, I marked the chest line, which was 8.5, the bust point line, which was 10.5, the under bust line, which was 14.5. Now I labeled this as the chest line, the bust point line, the under bust line, and this is the waistline. Guys, I have gotten the vertical measurement for now. Next measurement I'm going to be taking will be the horizontal measurement. Now on the shoulder line, divide your shoulder measurement by 2 and impute on that line. From that point, come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Then also repeat the half of your shoulder measurement on this chest line, okay? And now you're going to connect from this point you came down by 1 inch to meet to the point on the chest line. Now on the neckline, mark your basic neck width, which is 3 inches, and now connect your shoulder slope from the 3 inches all the way to the shoulder slope. Hope you understand. Now I have gotten the shoulder slope. Now on this straight line here, get the midpoint of that line. Make a point there. From that point, come in by half of an inch. And on the chest line, get a quarter of your bust measurement, Get a quarter of your bust measurement and impute on the chest line. Now connect these 3 points to get your armhole. You can do that by using this cuff rule like this, or you go ahead and use your free hand if you don't have this cuff rule. Now I have gotten the armhole. Next thing I'm going to do is to determine the darts. On the bust point line, mark half of your nipple to nipple measurement. Mine was 4 inches. I went ahead to impute 4 inches on the bust point line and the waistline just to get a straight line all the way to the down part, okay? From the bust point line, get a straight line. This now is your dart line. Next, I am going to go ahead now to take in the darts. On the under bust line, I am going to come in here go out by 2 inches. From the dart line or on the underbust, go out by 2 inches. Do the same thing on the waistline. Now use your straight rule to connect these 2 points into a straight line. From there, take your cuff rule and make a curve all the way to your bust point line. So guys, once I was done with that, I went ahead to come in from the chest line and went up by 3.5 inches. You can do 3 inches as well. Now from that point, I'm going to connect all the way to the bust point line. Next, I am going to, take the dart on the armhole. So the dart I used was 1.025. I'm going to connect it all the way back to the bust point line. That's to form the dart around the armhole. And now you've noticed that this part here around the bust point is a bit pointy. You don't want to leave it like that. Take your cuff rule or your free hand and just blend that point, okay, to eliminate any sharp points around the bust points line. Once I was done with that, I also did the same thing on the center dart line. Okay, so go ahead and also blend. If you have any sharp points around the center dart line, you should blend as well. So guys, I have taken in the dart for the front part. I'm now going to go ahead now to take other measurements. Now replace this dart intake around the armhole. If not, you're going to run short of the fabric around the armhole. So for the dart I took in was 1.025. I replaced that as well. Okay, I replaced 1.025 around the armhole. And on the chest line, whilst I connected this, I added about 0.5 on the chest line. Okay, I added 0.5 to the measurement on the chest line. So I advise you do the same thing. So go ahead and take your body measurement, your waistline, divide your waist by 4 and replace your dart intake. Now on the chest, we've already taken the bust measurement around that part, so I did not need to measure that part. I just went ahead to connect from the chest line all the way to the waistline. And now guys, I am going to notice how I replaced the dart intake when I connected the armhole. So please guys, replace your dart intake on the bust part measurement. Okay, hope you understand. Now on the neckline, I am going to just mark a temporary neckline for now. For the neck depth, I came in by 3 inches, so I'm basically using 3 inches neck depth for now. I am going to now connect to the neck width. Okay, the neck width is also temporary. I'm going to work on the neckline later, so you're going to watch how I'm going to do that. Don't be in a haste to pause or to stop watching. Just continue watching. Now I'm going to use my tracing wheel to transfer each of these lines you're seeing here to this other side. So guys, I did that. I used a different marker, to trace out these lines we have here on the side onto these other parts of the pattern paper, as you guys can see. So this is what this looks like. You can notice the black marker and the blue marker. Now I also traced out the neckline. So now I am going to be working on the neckline. If you don't know what a tracing wheel is, that is a tracing wheel I just showed you guys. Now on the neckline, I am going to extend the neck width a bit by just 0.25. Okay, you can also do 0.5 if you want this to come out wide. So I extended the neckline by just 0.25. So I went ahead to confirm that measurement. Now from this point here where you want to to extend the neck depth, come down by 5.5. okay, come down by 5.5 and connect all the way to the 0.25 to this other neck width. Hope you understand. Once you've done that, you're going to blend. So I went ahead I needed this part to be a bit curvy, so I went ahead to retrace that, ensuring that the neckline is a bit curvy enough. Now from this part here, I'm simply going to connect use my cuff rule to connect this other neckline here, as you can see. So I just decided to curve it this way and also connect this down part. As you can see, this is what the neckline looks like. Okay, so when I'm cutting out, you just pay attention to how I am going to be cutting out the neckline if you're confused. Now I'm going to cut out the dart line for this part, for one part where I use, just cut out the dart line where you adjusted the neckline, the neck depth. Okay, so cut out the dart line for that part and use your paper tape to tape down the side bustier to the center bustier. Okay, because I am going to be drafting the cape as of now. So I went ahead to tape that down. As you guys can see, I'm going to go ahead to draft the cape. Okay, so for the cape, I am just simply going to like extend this neckline all the way to the armhole. Okay, extend the neckline all the way to the armhole, and once you're done with that, you're going to measure out the width of your cape. So for the width of my cape down here, I'm going to just simply use the chest line measurement, which was about 2.5. Then for this other part, I used 1.5. So initially I wanted to just use my ruler to just draw out, but I had to like use a particular measurement to serve as a guide. So I went ahead to just mark out 2.5 from the armhole. Okay, I marked out 2.5. Then I did the same thing for this part. As I proceeded, I reduced the measurement from 2.5 to 2.025 to 2 inches and to 1.075 into 1.5 inches. Hope you understand. That's so that I can get that curvy shape. All right, yeah, so that's what you should do, guys. Hope you understand my explanation. Go ahead to use your ruler to connect each of the points, all right, all the way to the armhole. So this now is my cape. I'm going to just label this one here as cape. Okay, you're not going to cut out this cape yet. What you're going to do is you're going to take out the side bustier and cut out other parts. All right, cut out other parts. Just follow what I'm doing, cutting out the darts lines now. Then cut out the shoulder excess, the excess around the shoulder and the neckline. Yeah, so for this one here, I'm going to just take that out. That will be the sleeve. So we are going to be joining this sleeve here. Okay, all right, I think shoulder, that will be the shoulder. We are going to be joining the shoulder to this center bustier. Hope you understand. So I'm going to use these ones here to cut on the fabric. I'm going to be doing that later in this video. You don't want to miss that part as well. Now for the side, don't be hasty to remove the paper tape. I went ahead to cut out this other excess I have on this part of the side bustier. I'll put this away now and draft the back. For the back, I have already laid the pattern paper and I've taken the necessary measurement, which is the shoulder, the chest line and the waistline. I also marked the zipper allowance here on this pattern paper. Before that, I went ahead to mark the zipper bulge before marking the zipper allowance. So I marked out the zipper bulge of 1/2 inch on the waistline, and you're going to connect it to the chest line, and from that zipper bulge you're going to take your zipper allowance. I took the zipper allowance of 1.5 inches. Now from that zipper allowance is where I'm going to be taking the horizontal measurement. Hope you understand. Next, I am going to come here to determine the shoulder measurement. So on the shoulder line, get half of your shoulder measurement, and from there come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. Now also repeat this measurement on the shoulder, on the chest line. Okay, get half of your shoulder measurement. To get a straight line, you're going to measure from the shoulder measurement, from the center back to the shoulder from the points where the shoulder measurement is. Do the same thing on the chest line, just so you get a straight line. Then from the zipper line there, mark your neck width of 3 inches for now. Connect your shoulder slope. Next, now connect the main neck width, which is 3.025. Remember, we extended the neck width on the front by 0.25. Do the same thing for the back. Now for the neck depth, I used 1.5, and I now went ahead to connect my round neckline for the back. Extend the neckline to the zipper line. Okay. Next, I am going to get the midpoint of the armhole. So now I noticed that I did not get the exact measurement of my chest line, so I went ahead to remeasure that. For the front, I used 8.5, so I had to use 8.5 for the back. So apparently I made a mistake while taking the vertical measurement of the chest line. Hope you understand. Now I went ahead to remeasure the midpoint on the armhole just to give me the exact measurement as the front. And now I've gotten that point, I'm going to go ahead to take a quarter of my bust measurement and connect it from this chest line. I'm going to connect the 2 points from this point to the midpoint on the armhole to get my armhole measurements. All right. Now next, I'm going to impute the dart as well. From the zipper line, please mark your half of your nipple to nipple measurements. Now, just like what we did on the shoulder, okay, and chest line, do the same thing to get a straight line for your darts. Now connect these 2 points into a straight line. For the dart intake on the back, I am going to be using 1/2 inch on both sides. I'm going to connect it all the way to the chest line. Just going to extend it to the first chest line, to the first line I have here on the pattern paper. Now I shaded that part because I'm going to be cutting it out. Take your waist measurement from the zipper line, divide by 4. Don't forget to impute your dart, replace your dart intake. Now connect from the chest line to the waistline to shape your pattern. So guys, this is basically it for the back. As you guys can see, I am going to cut out the excess which I won't be needing, cut out the zipper bulge and other parts which you will not be needing. I'll use this to cut on the fabric. Alright, so I'll cut on the fabric and I'm going to show you guys afterwards. Let's get to the drafting of the skirt panel. For the skirt, I folded this in a triangular form, like I'm going to be cutting out a flare for the skirt, but there are 2 ways to this. It's either you use a straight gathers, or you use this full flare, which of course I'm going to be using. So fold this into 2, so this folded part will be the center part of the skirt. Now the part which is open will be the side. Hope you understand. So I'm going to be, since I folded this into 2, you're just going to divide your waist measurement plus your allowance, okay, plus your sewing allowance by 4. Okay, now you're going to impute a quarter of your waist measurement here. Because I want to have gathers around the waistline, I'm not going to use my exact waist measurement. In other words, I am going to be adding more inches to my waistline just to have that gathers. But first, let me just mark out my actual waistline plus the 1 inch allowance for the sewing allowance. Okay, then after that, after getting the normal waistline, I'm going to measure that up. I have my normal waistline and of course 1 inch for sewing allowance, but I am not going to be using my normal waistline. Like I said, I am going to be running a gathered stitch around the waistline. So to do that, you need to have excess of your waist measurements. So that is why I extended the waist measurements. So at this point, you're free to have, if you have enough fabric, you're free to, you know, have as much, add as much inches to your waist, normal waist measurement, just to give you that room, the room for you to, you know pull and draw out your gathers around your waistline. Hope you understand, just to give you that fullness around your waistline and also help your skirt part to be fuller. Now I'm going to take the length of my skirt. To get the length of your skirt, you're going to subtract your half length from your skirt length. Okay, subtract your half length from your full dress length. Then once you've subtracted your half length from your full dress length, for instance, if your half length is 15, subtract 15 from your full dress length just to get your skirt length. Once you've done that, you're going to add 1 inch for your hemming, for the hemming of the down part. Hope you understand. So add 1 inch for the hemming of your down part and go ahead and cut out the excesses, which I just did that in this video. So I'm going to cut out the excess now. So that would, doing that, I have gotten the skirt length. So once I add this skirt length to my half length, I will get the exact dress length. Hope you understand. So I'm going to cut out, I have folded the back part. So since I have enough fabric around the waistline, I did not necessarily add zipper allowance to this back part. If you're using your exact waist measurement, please go ahead to add your zipper allowance to the back part. All right, so I just use that to, I place the front to the back and I cut out exactly as the front. Hope you understand what I am doing here. So I have both the front and the back, as you guys can see. Now for this one here, I have already used these patterns to cut on the fabric. I added half inch to the part which I'll be joining to the center and 1 inch to the side seam. Now for this center part, I added half inch all around this pattern. For the tiny one here, which is the shoulder, which I'm going to be using to join to the center part, I added half inch, and I added half inch to the neckline and of course the shoulder line. For the back, I added 1 inch on the side. I did not add any allowance to the zipper part, which, of course we did that while drafting on the pattern. So guys, I also cut the sleeve off camera. It's just a normal cup sleeve. All right, so I cut two, which I'm going to be using one to turn each other to have that neat finish. All right, so for now I am going to be pausing this video here and stay tuned for the sewing tutorial. And guys, please, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please do well to click on the subscribe button and don't forget to turn on your notification bell for more videos. And please support my channel by watching the art that pops up on your screen. All right guys, that will help my channel grow. And thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for being here. Stay tuned for the sewing tutorial. I am going to be uploading that very soon. For now, see you guys in my next one. Bye bye.